A body found in the Spokane River nearly 40 years ago finally has a name, and police could be one step closer to finding a suspect. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk is digging into the cold case. Kyle?
Well, the details of this case are disturbing. This woman's body was found in different parts of the city more than a decade apart. DNA technology is once again providing a major break in yet another cold case.
It was a gruesome discovery. In June 1984, fishermen on the Spokane River found a woman's nude body. It was missing hands, feet, and a head. The Spokane Police Department says no women matching the medical examiner's description were reported missing at the time. The body couldn't be identified. Then nearly 14 years later, a woman walking her dog near 7th and Sherman found a human skull. It belonged to the body found more than a decade earlier, but DNA could not be matched to any offenders, crime scenes, or missing persons in the combined DNA index system known as CODIS. Even with forensic drawings and a facial reconstruction of the skull, the victim's identity remained unknown until this year. Spokane detectives sent DNA samples to KREM, a company that specializes in working with degraded samples. It's the same company that helped crack the 1959 Candy Rogers murder case last year. Using genetic genealogy, KREM provided SPD with a list of potential family members, one of them still living in Spokane. This February, 38 years later, the woman was finally identified as Ruth Belle Waymire. Born in 1960, Ruth attended Rogers High School. This photo from her sophomore year. Police learned that Ruth moved to Spokane with her mom and sister after her parents divorced. Shortly after, her mom died. Her sister moved away. The two didn't stay in touch. Ruth was married twice but never reported missing, and authorities still don't know who killed her. Police say her second husband, Trampus Vaughn, served time in prison before coming to the Pacific Northwest and marrying Ruth in Wenatchee. He died in California 6 years ago. Police have not ruled him out as a suspect, and no other suspects have been identified, including Ruth's first husband, who lives in Spokane and is cooperating with the investigation. Ruth was just 24 at the time of her death. An autopsy revealed she likely gave birth a year or two before her murder.
SPD and investigators with the medical examiner's office are hoping someone who knew Ruth, her husband's, or perhaps her child will contact police through crime checks so there can be justice. Ruth would have turned 63 next month. Mark.